Tech Titans clash Apple versus MyPhone and Trademark Tussle. Yo yo yo, it's your boy Trevor Noah back with another story. This time it's about a battle royale in the tech world. In one corner we have Apple, the heavyweight champ from Cupertino. In the other corner, we have MyPhone, a feisty contender from the Philippines. Now this wasn't a fight about who had the fastest processor or the sleekest design. This was a battle over something much more fundamental. Names. Apple, known for its iconic iPhones, took issue with MyPhone's name, claiming it was too similar to their own. They argued that this could confuse consumers and dilute their brand. MyPhone, on the other hand, argued that their name was distinct enough and that consumers were smart enough to tell the difference. They also pointed out that My is a common prefix used by many brands, especially in the tech world. This clash of the titans went down in the Philippines, a country known for its love of all things tech. So buckle up, because this is a story about trademarks, consumer perception, and the fight for brand recognition. Apple Bites Back lawsuit, launched in 2009. The drama began in 2009 when Apple, feeling like their trademark was being infringed upon, decided to take legal action. They filed a lawsuit against MyPhone in the Philippines, claiming that the name was too similar to their own and could mislead consumers. Imagine walking into a store asking for an iPhone and ending up with a MyPhone. That's the kind of confusion Apple was trying to avoid. Apple argued that the similarity in names could dilute their brand and make it harder for them to stand out in the market. They had spent years building up their brand reputation and didn't want to see it tarnished by a competitor with a similar-sounding name. This lawsuit sent shockwaves through the tech world. It was a classic David versus Goliath story, with a local brand going up against one of the biggest tech giants in the world. Everyone was watching to see how this legal battle would unfold. The lawsuit dragged on for years, with both sides presenting their arguments and calling witnesses to the stand. It was a legal tug-of-war, with each side vying for the upper hand. Battle lines drawn, Apple's claim and MyPhone's defense. Apple's argument rested on the idea that consumers might mistake MyPhone for an Apple product. They pointed to the phonetic similarity between Apple and MyPhone, arguing that it could lead to confusion, especially in a market where English is not the primary language. MyPhone, however, countered with a strong defense. They argued that their target market was different from Apple's. While Apple catered to a more premium segment, MyPhone focused on providing affordable phones to the masses. They argued that their customers were price-conscious and unlikely to confuse a MyPhone with an expensive iPhone. Furthermore, MyPhone emphasized that the My prefix was commonly used by many brands, particularly in the tech industry. They argued that adding My to phone created a distinct identity that set them apart from Apple. They even pointed out that Apple itself uses the I prefix for many of its products like the iPod and iMac. The legal battle raged on, with both sides presenting their cases and waiting for the judge's decision. Section 4. IPOPL's verdict, a win for MyPhone. After years of legal wrangling, the case finally landed in the lap of the Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines, or IPOPL. This organization, tasked with protecting intellectual property rights in the country, had the final say in this trademark dispute. In a landmark decision in 2015, IPOPL ruled in favor of MyPhone. The decision sent shockwaves through the tech industry, as many had expected Apple, with its global cloud and legal resources, to prevail. The IPOPL, in its ruling, acknowledged that while there were some similarities between the two brands, these were outweighed by the differences. They pointed out that the products themselves, their target markets, and their overall branding were distinct enough to avoid consumer confusion. This decision was a major victory for MyPhone and a testament to their resilience in the face of a formidable opponent. It also had significant implications for other local brands facing similar challenges from global giants. Section 5. Consumer confusion, the deciding factor? One of the key factors in IPOPL's decision was the issue of consumer confusion. Would the average Filipino consumer walking into a store to buy a phone be genuinely confused between an Apple product and a MyPhone product? IPOPL didn't think so. They argued that while the names might sound similar when spoken aloud, the visual branding of the two companies was distinct enough. Apple, with its iconic bitten Apple logo, and MyPhone, with its own stylized logo, had created distinct brand identities. Furthermore, iPopple considered the price difference between the two brands. Apple products, known for their premium pricing, catered to a different market segment than MyPhone, which focused on affordability. This price difference, iPopple argued, further reduced the likelihood of consumer confusion. The decision highlighted the importance of considering consumer perception in trademark cases. It wasn't just about the similarities between the names, it was about how consumers perceived those names in the context of the overall brand experience. Section 6, David vs. Goliath Implications for Local Brands, the MyPhone vs. Apple case wasn't just a trademark dispute, it was a symbolic battle between a local brand and a global giant. The decision, which favored the underdog, had far-reaching implications for other local brands facing similar challenges. The case demonstrated that local brands, even when facing seemingly insurmountable odds, could successfully defend their trademarks against multinational corporations. It showed that having a strong case, a clear brand identity, and a good understanding of the local market could level the playing field. The decision also served as a reminder that trademark law is not about granting monopolies to large corporations, but about protecting consumers from confusion and ensuring fair competition in the marketplace. It showed that trademark law could be a shield for smaller players, allowing them to compete on a level playing field with global giants. The MyPhone victory resonated with many local entrepreneurs and businesses in the Philippines and beyond. It gave them hope that they could stand up for their brands and their right to compete, even against the most powerful corporations in the world.